Welcome to Canerica's podcast, The Digital Shift. Today we are launching into a deep dive on a topic that is, well, it's fundamentally reshaping how every single business operates.
It really is.
We're talking about the high-speed adoption of AI assistants.
Mm-hmm.
And this technology, it's no longer a pilot program, or some novel experiment.
Not at all.
It's rapidly shifting into the role of absolutely essential digital partner in daily business and our consumer lives. So our mission today is to cut through the hype, to quickly unpack the actual impact, the key applications, and, crucially, the strategic steps you need to take to leverage this technology effectively.
And the acceleration we're witnessing it's just unprecedented. The scale is staggering. I mean, if you feel like AI adoption happened overnight,
it does feel like that.
The data completely confirms that feeling. For example, the Microsoft 2024 Work Trend Index revealed that a colossal 75% of U.S. workers are already using AI tools on the job. And that's integrated directly into their operational flow.
Wow. I mean, that level of penetration, it confirms we're way past the early adopter phase.
Oh, absolutely. We're firmly into let's call it the standard operating procedure phase.
And that adoption, I assume it's directly correlated to efficiency gains, right?
It is. Research from McKinsey clearly quantifies this. They found that teams that successfully integrate AI assistants are saving up to 30% of their time on repetitive tasks.
So we're talking about the huge time sinks, like summarizing long documents.
Exactly. Or drafting routine communications, or that endless manual search for a single piece of data.
That time saving isn't just theoretical then.
No, not at all. It's translating into hard operational gains for major corporations. I mean, look at companies like Target and American Airlines.
Okay.
They are rolling out AI assistants for mission-critical tasks. This isn't just about basic chatbots.
Right.
We're talking complex internal processes like shift planning, inventory checks, dynamic customer query resolution, all across their largest operational hubs. The focus is making the entire system faster and, less prone to manual errors.
So the big picture takeaway right from the start is that AI assistance is a core driver for organizations to radically improve their speed, their accuracy, and their everyday decision-making.
That's it. The conversation has completely changed.
We're no longer asking if this technology is necessary, but how to deploy it, to move it from, say, a tactical novelty to a foundational, essential digital companion.
Which, naturally leads us to the critical question. Why is this particular wave of adoption accelerating faster than any previous enterprise tech rollout we've seen?
Well, I think part of the answer lies outside the enterprise walls. There's this massive pull coming from the consumer side. And businesses are, frankly, just trying to catch up to customer expectations. The Acosta Group found that 70% of U.S. consumers are actively using tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini
Well, big names.
for everyday activities, shopping research, product comparisons.
And that familiarity, it drives demand, doesn't it? Consumers now expect that same level of convenience, that instant knowledge, that personalization in every digital interaction, especially at work.
Absolutely. And on the enterprise side, the drive is just simple economics. It's a clear ROI case. AI assistants demonstrably save time, they reduce manual work, they lower the rate of human error.
Right.
It's just an undeniable business imperative now.
And this movement, it signals a really fundamental change in how we view technology. It's not just a tool anymore, it's a symbiotic partner.
The Copilot idea.
Exactly. It's why that quote, often attributed to Satya Nadella, resonates so profoundly. We are entering the age of copilots. It emphasizes that these AI assistants are evolving into active partners that augment our own capabilities. They help us think, create, and work more effectively.
I think that concept of the Copilot is a really powerful way to frame it. So if the AI is our Copilot helping us navigate, we need to understand exactly where it's integrated. What are the core functions where these Copilots are making the largest, most measurable difference?
Well, we see organizations integrating these systems across pretty much every major team, from sales and customer support to finance to HR. The common denominator is always that same desire for operational speed and higher accuracy.
Okay, so let's look at where the rubber meets the road. The first major win, the one everyone sees right away, is automating routine tasks.
Yes, the mind-numbing stuff. We're talking about generating summary drafts for emails, updating data fields after a client call, managing schedules, generating basic reports.
The implication there is enormous, isn't it?
It is. If an employee is spending an hour a day on that kind of admin, automating it frees up a huge portion of their week. This isn't just saving time, it's shifting their energy away from that drudgery toward higher value work.
Like creative problem solving or complex human interaction.
Exactly.
Okay, so shifting from operation to information, the next core application has to be improving information access. In big companies, finding a document can be a nightmare.
Oh, it's often harder than writing it from scratch? AI assistants solve this. They instantly search massive repositories, documents, SOPs, compliance guidelines, and they retrieve precise answers in seconds.
Think about the hours lost when an employee has to navigate 6 different internal systems just to find one policy detail.
Right, like the return to office guidance or a specific safety protocol, that time is just eliminated. The AI provides the answer directly. It democratizes access to knowledge.
And this directly impacts the customer, which I get leads to the third application, enhancing those external interactions.
It does. When a customer contacts support, they don't want to wait while an agent searches for the right guy.
Of course not.
So support teams use AI to deliver quick, consistent, and context-aware responses. The benefit is not just a better customer experience, it speeds up resolutions and drastically reduces that support backlog.
Okay, so moving beyond the front line, the fourth application seems to target more executive strategic work, supporting decision-making.
Yes, leaders deal with just a constant overload of information.
Right.
AI assistants cut through that noise. They can analyze market trends, identify potential risks hidden in huge data sets, and generate synthesized insights that leaders can use immediately for planning, for forecasting, for scenario analysis.
Okay, and here's one I think truly empowers everyone. The fifth application is enabling natural language queries. For decades, you needed to know SQL or how to use complex BI dashboards to get data.
And that barrier is just dissolving. Now, a non-technical manager in marketing or HR can ask a complex question in plain English.
Like, what was the average project duration for vendors in the Northeast last quarter?
Exactly. And the AI translates it, pulls the data, and formats the result. It's a huge step in democratizing data access.
And finally, the sixth application sort of ties all of this together. It's strengthening productivity across every single department.
This is where you see the cumulative effects. A sales team uses AI for instant pricing info, HR uses it for policy questions, legal uses it for compliance notes. It just streamlines workflows everywhere.
Now that brings us to the biggest challenge, doesn't it? The most important strategic consideration. With all this reliance, how do we make sure these tools are actually accurate and reliable? A confidently wrong answer from an AI is, well, it's worse than no answer at all.
That is the crux of the matter, and it forces us to talk about governance. The good news is we've moved far past that early clunky automation that was brittle and easily broken.
Right.
Modern AI can interpret context, it can understand intent. And that's why McKinsey saw those productivity improvements in the 20% to 40% range. They are reliable when implemented correctly.
So what does implemented correctly actually mean in a practical sense?
It means that reliability is highest when the AI operates in a controlled environment, specifically when it's fed verified, high-quality enterprise data and managed under strict governance protocols. This is where specialization becomes critical. A general-purpose AI is prone to hallucination. A specialized one trained on your data is far more accurate.
And this is exactly the area we at Canerica focus on, ensuring that reliability through what we call agentic AI and highly specialized enterprise-ready solutions. We recognize you just can't rely on one-size-fits-all tools for mission-critical processes. I think we should pause here and just clarify that. When you say agentic AI, what are we really talking about? How is that different from, say, just using ChatGPT?
That's a great question. Agentic AI refers to systems designed to perform specific, complex tasks, often autonomously, requiring planning and execution across multiple steps, but within a predefined domain. They're like highly skilled, specialized employees trained on specific data and workflows.
Okay, that distinction is really key. Can you give us a few examples of those specialized agents and what they do inside a business?
Certainly. We have specific named agents like Alan, who functions as a legal document summarizer, expertly summarizing dense contracts. Then there's Carl, our data insights agent, designed to sift through complex metrics and spot anomalies or trends instantly.
And you mentioned others.
Yes, we also have Mike, who acts as a quantitative proofreader, checking large financial models for consistency, and Susan, who is a PII redactor.
A PII redactor. That sounds like a critical privacy function.
Yeah.
What is PII and why is that so important for an organization?
PII is personally identifiable information, things like social security numbers, health records. An AI redactor automatically scans documents and removes or masks that sensitive data. It's crucial for compliance with laws like GDPR or HIPAA, mitigating massive legal risk.
So these specialized agents are trained on structured data, they fit into existing workflows, and you mentioned governance and compliance.
Yes. For any enterprise adoption to be sustainable, privacy can't be an afterthought. We build it in from the ground up. For instance, our solutions come with ISO 27701 and ISO 27771 certifications built in.
And what does that mean for a business?
Well, ISO 27701 specifically defines the requirements for a privacy information management system. It ensures that the handling of data meets rigorous global standards for privacy and security from the moment data enters the system.
That focus on the foundational infrastructure is vital. So beyond these specialized agents, what's the broader scope of service that ensures a company is actually ready for this shift?
It's an end-to-end foundation. It covers AI and ML, generative AI implementation, robust data governance, and intelligent automation. Crucially, we focus on modernizing the underlying data infrastructure itself. We offer strategic cloud migration accelerators, helping clients move from older platforms to modern, scalable environments like Databricks or Microsoft Fabric. Without that high-quality data foundation, the AI assistants just can't perform accurately.
That connection, the link between high-quality infrastructure and accurate output, is the perfect place to transition. Let's move beyond just adopting this and focus on maximizing the value. What are the essential steps for businesses to maintain that high level of accuracy?
We've identified 5 key best practices, and the first one is to define clear use cases. Generic AI adoption leads to, well, generic results. AI works best with a laser-focused purpose.
Right. So instead of let's use AI to improve efficiency, you need to be precise. Like, we will use AI to retrieve troubleshooting steps for our top 50 IT tickets to reduce response time by 15%.
Precisely. Which leads directly into best practice number 2. Maintain high-quality, updated data. I cannot overstate this. The AI's accuracy is entirely dependent on the knowledge it's trained on. If your internal documentation is a mess, the AI will confidently give you a bad result.
So businesses need strict rules. Organize documents, maintain version control, ensure only the latest pricing sheets or compliance guidelines are in the knowledge base.
Correct. Best practice 3 is integrate AI into existing systems. If you force employees to leave their main workspace teams, their CRM, whatever, to use the AI tool, friction will kill adoption. It has to be embedded right where they already work.
A great example is a sales team in their CRM. They shouldn't have to open a new tab. The AI assistant should be right there so they can ask, what's the warranty for this SKU in California without ever switching platforms?
And moving to the human element, practice 4 is to train teams on effective usage. Simple training improves accuracy dramatically. Users need to understand how to ask precise questions, provide context, and request information in a useful format.
So if you teach your team to ask, summarize the key findings from the Q1 report in 3 bullets, the output will be far more actionable than a vague prompt like, tell me about Q1.
And finally, best practice 5, monitor performance and apply governance. Implementing role-based access, setting up validation steps, and doing regular content reviews are mandatory to keep the AI aligned with business policies.
This means having a compliance team review AI answers weekly, for example, just to make sure employees only get authorized information. Governance is what guarantees long-term reliability and trust. So to synthesize this for you, the listener, AI assistance is firmly in the realm of essential technology. It's rapidly shifting workloads, augmenting human skill sets, and its long-term effectiveness is entirely dependent on strategic implementation and absolutely uncompromising data quality.
And that strategic implementation is where specialized partners prove their worth. We at Kenerica help businesses bridge that gap, turning raw, siloed data into actionable insights through predictive analytics, agentic AI, and strong data governance. The impact we see with our clients is real and measurable.
Let's hear them. Give us the hard numbers that demonstrate this impact.
Across different sectors, we're seeing phenomenal results. Clients achieve an average of $1.2 million in annual cost savings in complex logistics. They see 50% faster time to market for heavily regulated fintech and health tech products.
Wow.
And a measurable 30% reduction in overall project timelines for pharmaceutical firms during their R&D processes. This is not incremental improvement, it is fundamental change.
Those numbers are remarkable, especially when you put them against the 30% to 40% productivity gains we discussed at the start. Since AI is so rapidly becoming this indispensable co-pilot, it leads to one final provocative thought for you to consider as you wrap up this deep dive.
If the digital co-pilot is now managing a significant percentage of the administrative and analytical workload, How must organizations fundamentally redefine the roles and the necessary skill sets of their human workforce? What truly becomes the highest value activity for a human employee in this new age of assistance?
A question that demands an answer sooner rather than later. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the digital shift of AI assistance.